The one you showed me earlier about
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? I know y'all are surprised about this. This has got to be a little surprising, right? Because we have not done one of these shows in a while, but nevertheless, you know who it is. Andre the Torch Robinson, the fire starter, is in the building, ready to give you a little Monday Night Madness. It's been a minute, folks. Like and share the show. I got my guy, Dalton D-Man Smith, the most consistent one right here in the building. He telling y'all Taysom Hill is not his quarterback, by the way. Right off the rip. No matter if the Saints won 9-0 against the Bucks, he telling y'all right off the jump, he is not my quarterback. Now, I also have the original Yelper. He's in the building, my brother from another mother. By the way, this guy is phenomenal, and he goes by
Tyrell, the rated R superstar. Rels. Go on, I need a wrestling. See, you're the fire starter, so I need something. I'm gonna come up with a name of something clever, something clever.
Right. Let's go. Let's get it together. Come on, THQ. Come on, THQ.
My wrestling name is now known the Key Demo. That's gonna be me.
Right, the Key Demo. Let's go. Come on. I got my guy, the original Yupper. Tyrell Howard is in the building. What's going on, my bro? Listen, I want y'all to like and share this, all right? This is going to be an interesting show because obviously y'all remember Monday Night Madness. It used to be a whole lot of fun. It used to be a whole lot of fun. We used to use this to, better podcasters, and we used to do sports news. It used to get crazy. It used to be a whole lot of fun with this thing. But this week, coming back, we are going to kick off Monday Night Madness with some wrestling news from my guy, the original Yelper, right here, my bro, Tyrell Howard. Give us some wrestling news. What's going on in wrestling right now?
Well, Kevin Owens re-signed with WWE, which was a shocker to most, me included. But the report is he re-signed for $2 to $3 million over the next 3 years, and he has a no-cut clause in his contract. So, thanks to AEW, he outmaneuvered WWE on that one. They can't fire him. Ironclad contract, man. Can't be mad at that.
Can't be mad at a man trying to get his money while doing the thing that he loves the most.
And allowing the company to not be able to fire him whenever they want to.
Right. Smooth operator. You know what? I did read an article about Kevin Owens saying that he did it because it was simple. It was about, the future, his family. What was best for his family.
He's always about his family, though, so I'm not even surprised.
Absolutely. Not surprised in the least bit. But I will say this. WWE had to give up that money for a couple of reasons.
Okay? Oh, it.
Here come the fire starter. And this is where our fire start. You gotta have another above average heel, right? You just can't give up everybody on the roster, right?
Yeah, but I think they never gave his face run a chance to be great, though.
No, they didn't. But you know what? Kevin Owens is so much better of a heel. And I'm to be honest
Yeah.
with you, you just didn't give up. You can't give up Kevin Owens too now. You done gave up the kitchen sink. I mean, for that contract, the 3 years, $9 million, you probably could have probably kept Braun Strowman, aka Titan now. You probably could have kept the Fiend. I mean, did WWE, you know what? WWE got duped on this one. I'm gonna be honest, they got duped.
Okay,
They definitely got duped.
I got questions though.
Yeah, did they overpay? That's my first question. Did
My
they
thing
overpay
is,
for Kevin Owens?
my biggest question is, so they had this money to spend on Kevin Owens, but fired everybody else because of budget cuts.
That's what that's what I'm saying. I feel like they got duped. They duped themselves. They did themselves a disservice.
You cannot, as a wrestler who got fired, you cannot explain to me how you fired me because of budget cuts, but you just signed a man for $3 million.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yo, listen, that's what I'm saying. They really just duped themselves. I mean, Kevin Owens, is he really worth $3 million a year?
So essentially, they fired what 85 wrestlers just to pay Kevin Owens. Is that what they're trying to say?
Essentially, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they did. I told you, listen, when I think about this, it made me want to stutter because I'm just like, here goes another one of the WWE typical moves again. Dalton, how do you feel about this? I need to know your thoughts too, man. How did you feel about the Kevin Owens signing?
Well, to be honest with you, I think it's overpaid. Like, you could have kept, like you said, Braun Strowman, a Titan, or however you said his name.
Titan, man. Titan.
But come on. Like you said, Dre, typical wrestling for me, pathetic wrestling. That's all I got to say.
Thank you. I think I would be honest. I think he was way overpaid. I mean, good God Almighty! Do you know what type of bar you just set by paying Kevin Owens 3 years, $9 million? Do you know what they're probably going to have to pay Seth Rollins when his contract comes up again? Do you know what they would probably have to pay Randy Orton if his contract came up again? Oh my goodness!
I mean, if you're not paying Randy Orton what he's worth at this point, then he shouldn't even be there.
Right. I'm just like, sir, do you know what type of damage you might have done by paying Kevin Owens this amount of money? Now, granted, like I said earlier, they needed a above average heel. But is he a top 5 heel right now?
Right now, no.
Oh, exactly. Thank you.
No,
Thank you. I'm so
he's
glad.
not top 5 heel, bro.
I only say that because watching Raw right now or watching it earlier, it's like he's in a comedy role right now. So and it looks like they somehow turning Bobby Lashley face. I don't know how they pulling it off, but it seems like that's the route they're going.
Terrible route, by the way. I just want to put that out there. Terrible route by the WWE staff or creative, if you want to call them creative. Yeah, I got problems with that. Do we got any more wrestling news? We got more wrestling news?
Let's see. WWE, no AEW. I think this week you might see some debuts. You might see Kyle O'Reilly. You might see the Briscoes. So be on the lookout for that. This might be the week Undisputed Era makes their debut together in AEW.
Okay. WWE Undisputed Era was a big thing in NXT for WWE. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think one of the hottest factions that I've seen in the last 10 years. The Shield. You talk about Bullet Clubs. They're up there. I swear. I mean, what was NXT really without Undisputed Era?
Honestly, if I was there, I'd pull a whole swerve. I'd have Kyle O'Reilly come out, have Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly just turn on the Bucks.
Oh, see, and there we go.
Let
Creativity
the Bucks flounder for about a month. Yeah, the Bucks flounder for about a month, and then bam, out of nowhere, Kenny Omega comes back and helps them. Now you got Elite versus the Undisputed Era.
So Kenny Omega gonna help them, even though the Bucks allowed Kenny Omega to get pinned by Hangman Adam Page.
I mean, it didn't look like there was any real beef, when he walked away to the next episode. So Maybe they talked about it. But even he congratulated Hangman. Even he said Hangman beat him was the better man. So is
Okay.
there any real animosity towards him?
Yeah, I'm just wondering. I was wondering that, trying to figure that out a little bit, Rails. All right. With that being said, any more wrestling news before we get into this? Before we get into sports news, NFL, some NBA, give you a roundup of what's going on real quick.
Not that I know of. If there's any other breaking news, though, I'll let you know.
Yeah, definitely. My guy, the original Yelper, my guy, Tyrell Howard, Rels in the building. Rels in the building, give you wrestling news. All right. We're going to do that every time we do Monday Night Madness. Rels, hopefully we get him on every show. He's going to give us wrestling news right off the jump. All right. Now, with that being...
I got to go, man. I got to go, my brother, because I got the podcast I got to do.
Yes, you do. By the way, tell everybody your podcast.
Well, the podcast is called the Rels Relaxation Hour. You can catch it on YouTube by going on the Evening Rush Network, or you type in the Rels Relaxation Hour, it'll pop up. But I'm about to go do that right now. The topic tonight is upbringing and choices. Basically, we're going to be talking about our upbringing and the choices that we made while we were younger and the choices we're still making now. So you can tune in and check that out.
Yeah, make sure you check that out. Make sure you tune into that. All right. Support is super important. I want to thank Tyrell Howard for coming on, giving us wrestling news. Appreciate you, my brother.
Yes, sir. And if I'm finishing you still on, I'll hit you up and I'll hop back on.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, 10 o'clock as well tonight. Waffle Power 96.5. We'll be doing Waffle Late Night Sports, all right? I already got DJ Ready Rob in the building. I'm here with him. I'm telling you, it's going to be a phenomenal show. We're going to get to talking about some sports talk, some Buffalo Bills, some NFL, some sports news. We'll do all that. Now, with that being said, I got my guy Dalton D-Man Smith in the house. Dalton.
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
I need you to give us a recap on this 9-0 shellacking that we just seen of the Tampa Bay Bucks, my brother. I need to talking about Bucks. Those they was looking more like infant Bucks, child Bucks, not the young Bucks, but they was looking like the infant Bucks, the fawns. They weren't looking like Bucks last night. What happened? What happened? Your team came out like ultra aggressive. What's up?
Well, it was surprising for the Saints defense. We've been pressured Tom Brady. I mean, shout out to Dennis Allen when he was serving as the head coach while Sean Payton was out. Like, Kevin Jordan, shout out to him. He got his 100 career sack. And Taysom Hill, I've been saying this. I'm not mentioning anyone's names. And its initials with EM, Eric. Taysom Hill was the best quarterback. No, he's not. He's a gadget player. He is not the answer.
All right, you heard it right there. Dalton said, even in a victory, he is not the answer. By the way, Dalton, did you know that y'all broke a 6-game home winning streak for the Tampa Bay Bucks this season with that win?
Yes, sir, I do.
Mind you, Tampa Bay was at home, y'all. Tampa Bay was at home for this game and got zipped. At home. Can you tell me the last time Tom Brady got zipped at home? Can anybody tell me when's the last time Tom Brady scored 0 points in a game, let alone at home? If you can tell me that, put it in the comment section right now. For those who's tuned in to Monday Night Madness, the prequel to the radio show. And I know Dalton Smith over there Googling right now. He got his camera on it off. It's flickering on it off. Like he Googling. I'm just watching the Saints defense in this game. They took over. Scotty Miller tried to get him some. Watch this. Oh my goodness. Ooh. interception right here. Come on, he cut that right off at the pass. Get off the field, Tom. Good God Almighty.
By the way, I think I know the answer, but I think I could be wrong. I think the last time the Tom Brady got 0 points was against the Miami Dolphins with Nick Saban as the head coach, if I can remember correctly.
Is Dalton Smith right? Is Dalton Smith right? Is he right? Yes, he is. He would be absolutely correct. The last time Tom Brady was shut out was in 2006, folks. 2006. Do you know what the score was, Dalton? Tell us what the score was if you know.
Honestly, I don't know, but I'll throw out the guess. I'll say 27-0. I might be wrong though, but I'm just guessing.
Oh, you might be wrong. You just guessing. You did just a guess. A real good guess right now. All right. If you know the score of the game, put it in the comments section. But nevertheless, I could tell you right now that it was against the Miami Dolphins, and it was in 2006 for sure. The last time Tom Brady was shut out. By the way, and I want to say, was it a home game? Was it a home game? Let me check. I want to check real quick and see if it was a home game, y'all. The Patriots lost 2006, week 14. Yep, against the Miami Dolphins. Do you know the other time that Tom Brady was shut out in a football game?
Well, I know they lost to the Bills 31-0, if I can remember correctly.
Yes, correct. Look at Dalton D-Man Smith on the muscle. Yes, it was in 2003. It was week 1, 2003. Tom Brady came to Buffalo, and Buffalo shellacked him 31-0. That was the same season, though, that the New England Patriots turned around at the end of the season and did the same thing to the Bills. So let me make sure I add that. All right, add that in there. I don't want nobody thinking, I'm just throwing out, spewing out some stuff without putting all the facts out there. All right. Let's see. Oh, Ace is in the house. What up? I see you watching Ace. The prequel. I sent you the code, my brother. I know you probably at work, but I sent you the code. All right. So, Dalton, anything you want to talk about as far as the Saints? I mean, the Saints is 7-7. Can the Saints make the playoffs?
Well, it's surprising. 50-50. I mean, see, they got the Dolphins. They've been on the road, and they got the. Oh my goodness. Nobody cares about the game. They got the Falcons after that. And they got the Panthers, like the quarterback situated. It could be 50-50 chance, though. I mean, Saints make the playoffs. I mean, I would have been surprised.
Yeah. Let's check out the Saints record real quick. Let's check out the Saints schedule. I want to check out the schedule real fast. So they do have the Falcons, right? They got the Falcons. Sir. You said who else? They got Miami, right?
They got the Dolphins and the Panthers.
Those are the last 3 games of the year for them?
Yes, sir.
Oh, those is all winnable games. All winnable. All winnable. All winnable games. They say all dogs go to heaven, but on this one, they're all wins on this one. Dalton, 10-7. Is 10-7 good enough to get them a 7 or a 6 seed anywhere? If we was looking at right now, we looking at the playoff picture right now.
Playoffs?
You funny. Would 10-7 get them where they need to be as far as the playoffs? Right. I just want to look at it. I want to look at the standings real quick. We're going to look at the standings. We talking about the Noya Clap. Who that gonna beat them Saints? That's what we're talking about right now. All right. If you're just tuning in, like and share. We are talking a little NFL talk, but we doing some research right now. We're doing a little research here. Saints, second in their division. Atlanta 6-8. They're second in the division. They have 7 wins, 7 losses. Let's look at the playoff standing. All right. Right now, the Saints are currently 7th. Dalton, they in 7th, bro.
Oh wow.
They in 7th. So obviously, Green Bay is 11-3, number 1 seed overall in the NFL. Period. Yo, I just want to know real quick, not to get off schedule, but how did the Kansas City Chiefs climb from 3-4 all the way to the number 1 seed in the AFC at 10-4? How did they? I'm just wondering how they racked off 7 wins in a row. But yeah, they're 7-7, Dalton. 7-7 right now in the 7th spot. Washington, the Washington football team, is behind them. Half a game. Minnesota 6-7, Philly 6-7, and the Falcons 6-8. So those are your 8 through 11s. So the Saints 7, San Francisco 6. They would get the Dallas Cowboys if this was no, they wouldn't. Actually, they would get the Tampa Bay Bucks in week 1 of the playoffs for the wild card. They would get the Tampa Bay Bucks right now. Arizona would get the Rams. Tampa Bay would get the 49ers. And your Saints would get the Cowboys. Now, let me ask you this question, Dalton, real quick while we on here. Do you think that your New Orleans Saints can beat the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, as a honest Saints fan, I'm gonna say no, and here's why. I mean, the Saints, you still got quarterback situated, and Sean Payton, the most overrated head coach, Doc Rivers of NFL, he chokes in the playoffs. I can't trust Sean Payton in the Saints playoffs. So, as honest opinion, I think the Cowboys would beat the Saints in the playoffs.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. That was interesting. I'm glad that you didn't. You gave us some analysis on why, and you didn't sound like the original Homer that some people sound like. You gave us something fresh. You gave us something original. I like that, but I kind of got to dispute this a little bit. All right, I got to dispute it, and I'm gonna try to dispute it the best way possible. The Saints being 7-7, I think the Saints are a better team than 7-7. Taysom Hill is not the quarterback. I totally agree with you. But what I will say is that this Saints team, if it's a playoff game, has proven that they can win playoff games. They've now. Let me be clear when I say they can win playoff games, because the Saints have probably had in the last 4 years some of the most tumultuous playoff runs that we've seen. But if I was a betting man and I had to bet on who I trust more in the playoffs, the Saints or the Cowboys, to me it's the Saints. First and foremost. I mean, better defense, obviously. We know the Cowboys have the offense, Michael Gallup. We know they got Zeke, who likes to eat. They got Dak. They got Amari Cooper. And they got some weapons out there. But my thing is, 2 things that resonate in the playoffs to me personally is defense and run game, which I think the Saints have. The Saints have both. They have a run game and they have defense, as they shown, given Tom Brady at his own palace, the Krispy Kreme with heavy glaze, like my man Mookie Hawkins would say. So I mean, it'd be tough. It would be interesting to see if the Saints are healthy, which obviously, with who they have, I think that the Saints would be able to pull off, a win on the road against the Cowboys. Not to say that the Cowboys ain't better this year, because they are, but I would trust the Saints more in the playoffs, Dalton.
I can respect that, and honestly, I think with the Saints and the Cowboys, let's say if they do play in the playoffs, it won't be the same score back in Week 14. I would say it'll be a different score. I could see like a defensive game. That's just my opinion.
Now, tell everybody what the score was when they played the first time. They played this year, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, what was the score of the first game? Do we remember? Anybody who's watching right now, you can put it in the comments section too if you know what the score of that game was between the Saints and the Cowboys a couple weeks ago.
Oh, wait. I think I know what it is. I think it's 27-17, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, was that one of the weird games that they played? Yeah, the Cowboys beat them 27-17. It was on. Let me make sure I'm right on this. Yeah. Taysom Hill threw 4 interceptions in that game.
Overrated.
He threw 4 of those. Don't do that. Ooh. But he did have 101 yards rushing in that game. He also threw for 264 yards, but his completion percentage was under 50% for that game too. He threw 41 times and only completed 19 passes in that one. They jumped on him early too. Dallas jumped on him early. It was 7-0 with Michael Gallup in that game, and then little Jordan Humphrey tied it up, and then the Cowboys scored 2 field goals. Then the Saints got a field goal, but then the Cowboys put up 2 touchdowns, one on an interception return, and that was the end of the game after that. But Deontay Harris was somebody to watch for in this game too, because he had a 70-yard touchdown towards the end of the game. So my question, I mean, again, you said it would be more of a defensive game. What would we be looking at if it was to happen? What's your thoughts on if it was to happen and they played? What would the score be to you?
If that happens, like I would say 17-13, I would say.
Okay, 17-13. You give it to the Cowboys?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay.
Like I told you, I don't trust Sean Payton. But there's another coach I don't trust, and I know he's the coach for your team. And I don't know if Marcus would agree with me, but I'm going to say I don't trust Mike McCarthy either. It's just the coaches I don't trust. That's the issue with the Saints and the Cowboys.
Yeah, again, 2 teams. If I had to put them on my Libra scale, I got to choose one. I'm taking the Saints. I got to take the Saints. Got to take them. I think this will be a different game. If they was to play in the playoffs, it would be a little different game. Now, speaking of which, Monday Night Madness, we like to give, scouting reports on teams. I know the Saints is your team, so anything we need to know about the Saints coming up, and who do they play next? You said they play who?
Miami Dolphins.
All right, so they play the Miami Dolphins. Anything we need to know about the Saints this week coming up as far as like injury reports, who's coming back? Give us a little synopsis of your team. What's going on. What should we expect this week?
Well, against the Dolphins, I feel like Dolphins defense, they've been on a roll. Let's not forget the Dolphins were starting 1-7. Like, if I'm it's Taysom. Dolphins defense is going to make pressure on Taysom Hill, and good luck, Taysom Hill. You're going to need it though. But the Saints, I don't trust the offense. I don't trust receivers, a quarterback, but defense. I think they had a good chance to pressure on Tua. That's the factor in the game.
Okay, getting pressure on Tua. Interesting enough. Do you see the Saints coming out with a victory in this one? Like,
I could see it.
Now, remember, the Dolphins have been kind of hot before last week. They've been hot lately. And this is in New Orleans. It's a 8:15 game, too. Sunday night. Is that Sunday? No, that's Monday night.
Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football. I hope we get a better game than we get in this week. I mean, the Bears and the Vikings. Right now, speaking of which, the Vikings is up 10-0 on the lonely Bears. Bears is trash. Know why they put that on Monday night. Don't understand. Why would they put that on Monday night?
And by the way, before I forget to tell you, Marcus Callaway, he's the first wide receiver to get 100 yards this year.
For the Saints?
Yes, sir.
Wow. So y'all have only had one 100-yard receiver the whole season?
Yep. The only guy who had 100 yards was Alvin Kamara, which he's a running back, which it don't count.
And you guys are 7-7,
Yep.
and you don't like Sean Payton.
No, his ego is way out of control. That's why I want him fired. His ego's way too big.
I mean, you guys lost 5 straight games. You guys were 5-2, and then you lost 5 straight games. You lost to the Falcons, the Titans, the Eagles, the Bills, and the Cowboys. 5 weeks in a row. Lately, though, you've only given up 9 points. I mean, you won 30-9 over the Jets, and then you proved legitimacy a little bit against the Buccaneers. I mean, to bring that record back up to and then you only got the Dolphins, Panthers, and Falcons. And you mad at Sean Payton? You don't want who do you want as the coach for next season? Let me ask you that question.
Well, as a defensive guy, either that Colts defense coordinator Matt Epenus, how do you pronounce his name?
Oh, okay.
The thing about Sean Payton, like, ever since he came back from the suspension, he hasn't been the same. Like, he can't get over it. He's 9-8 in the playoffs. That's what's getting frustrating. Like, he's not getting the job anymore. That's the issue.
So you think he's washed up? You think he's just tired?
Right. I mean, he's like, ever since he came back from suspension, he just haven't recovered. Like, I feel like Dan Quinn, he can't get over the Super Bowl collapse. Same thing as Sean Payton. Ever since he came back from suspension, he can't get over it. Is there something wrong with Sean Payton?
Okay. All right. Interesting enough. If you are watching Monday Night Madness, we're talking to Dalton D-Man Smith, the most consistent one right here. You see you got the Saints in the background, giving us a little sports talk on his team, New Orleans Saints, to kick off this NFL talk on Monday Night Madness. Like to find out some things. I don't like to just talk. I like to find out some things, and especially from folks who really know football. And Dalton Smith is one of those guys who knows football, who's been covering the Saints for the longest. Since I've known him, he's been covering the Saints, giving you, what you need when it comes to the New Orleans Saints. So definitely want to shout him out for that. And hopefully, if we get Monday Night Madness back on even more, hopefully we'll do this again, man, because we want to use this show more, this platform, to, give you some synopsises on the teams that we like, not just the teams we cover, but the teams we like. All right. Getting into more NFL talk. Obviously, we had the Kansas City Chiefs in the Chargers going to overtime, 34-28 game. Dalton shaking his head, man. Give me some thoughts on that, Dalton. How did you feel about that game? The Chiefs is now 10-4. How did you feel?
Rule number 1, when it's a 4th down, don't go for it. Kick the field goal. It's not that hard. That's why I got irritated. And Jared Cook, thank goodness Saints got rid of him. Like, typical Jared Cook, he dropped the ball, like, showing off.
Can't be showing off.
The flex option wide receiver for the Chiefs, he had 12 catches. Travis Kelce, one of the best tight end, and he got the game. I thought the Chargers had it though. It was a nail biting for the Chiefs fans. That's all I gotta say.
So yeah, this game was definitely in LA, and the Chiefs fans should have been biting their fingernails because this was a very close game. Even though they didn't have much run success in this game, the Chiefs. 32 yards was the highest rusher. Patrick Mahomes and Clyde Edwards-Helaire tied with yardage, 32 yards. But Travis Kelce, monstrous game. 10 catches, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns. I got Darius. What's up, Darius? Good to see you again. Go Falcons. We'll talk about them shortly, too. 191 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, 12 catches, 148 yards, and a touchdown in this one. I mean, they was killing the Chargers. The Chargers looked super charged up. I mean, they should have had Drake. They should have had Drake charged up for their motto for this game. Because that's what it looked like in the beginning. But then the Chiefs, what they've been doing the last 7 weeks, adjust and play better. They've been doing it. And those two guys killed them. I mean, 339 yards between the two of them. It's a lot of yards between two players, all right? Two players that you definitely should have game planned for. I mean, when you think of the Chiefs, you think of Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, right?
I mean,
those guys
need
to be game planned.
I think the Chiefs need a number 2 wide receiver. And then the Chiefs secondary, they need to get together.
Yeah, Miko Hardman only had 11 yards in this game, but, you know, they have weapons. They got some weapons that they use out there. Patrick Mahomes being one of the better quarterbacks in the league. It's interesting. It's interesting to see this team bounce back from 3-4. Last loss was against the Buffalo Bills, and they have won 7 straight since that embarrassing night that the Bills gave them.
And shout out to Ricky Bobby for the Chiefs win, by the way.
Absolutely. Shout out to Ricky Bobby. My guy, Robert Randall. Shout out to him. Let's talk about the Colts and Patriots game, man. Let's talk about that a little bit. Colts, 27-17, man. What did you take from this game? And was it what you expected?
I picked the Colts on Buck first show, but I didn't know it was going to be 10 points. I thought it was going to be a closer game than I expected. I mean, they've been putting on pressure on Mac Jones. Wow, and Dre thing left. I don't know what happened. It is what it is. Oh, what's up, Dre?
I ain't leave. I'm here. I'm giving you the spotlight right now. You talking. Go ahead.
Okay, well, the thing is with Jonathan Taylor, Chiefs, congratulations. You passed on him. You should have got him in the first round. Like, Jonathan Taylor, more MVP. Like, Matt Judon. Carson Wentz, he didn't do much of this thing, no. It was like they've been putting pressure on Mac Jones, got interception. But, yeah, it was a good win for the Colts. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, interesting enough. Here's my question for you. Should Jonathan Taylor be the MVP of the league?
He should be. He's acting like he's MVP.
He for doggone sure is the best running back in the league right now, currently. I know Derrick Henry has been injured, but if I'm Jonathan Taylor, I'm asking, what do Derrick Henry have to do with me? What do we got to do with me? What I'm doing right now.
Right.
We could go toe-to-toe.
Yeah, it's going to be toe-to-toe if Derrick Henry got injured. But
To be honest with you,
Jonathan Taylor, though, let's say we go back to the 2020 NFL draft. Can you imagine the Chiefs draft Jonathan Taylor instead of Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
I think the Chiefs know they missed on that one. A lot of teams missed on Jonathan Taylor, though. A lot. Matter of fact, if he was that far in the draft, let's talk about it a little bit. Where was he drafted, Jonathan Taylor? Is he a first rounder, second rounder?
He was a second rounder.
Second? Wait a minute. Which is what I thought. He was a second round pick, right? Jonathan Taylor.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he was only running back got drafted in the first round.
Okay. So, yes, you are right. That was the year. You know what? Shout out to my guy, rest in power, Kellen, for the culture. Called that no running back. Well, yeah, he called that no running back would come off the board in the first round, I think. If I'm not mistaken. That's how it went.
Yes, like he thinks that
He
there's no
almost won. He almost won, but then Clyde Edwards-Helaire came off the board, the last pick of the first round, to the Chiefs. You're right. So guess what that means? That means the Buffalo Bills missed on him. That's a big one. That's a big one. That is a big one, y'all. And I might even bring that up tonight. I think I'm going to bring that up on the radio show. Buffalo, y'all missed on Jonathan Taylor. You could have had Jonathan Taylor. You went and got Zach Moss. You could have had Jonathan Taylor early. And you missed. What a whiff. Terrible whiff. All right.
Guess what I think also missed for the Jonathan Taylor? I think Dolphins missed on Jonathan Taylor in the first round.
Yes. Did. A lot of teams missed on Jonathan Taylor, though. I'm going to be honest. I'm like, wow. I just can't believe that they missed on him like that. Needing a running back and you miss on a guy like that makes you want to question your organization. I definitely think that he should be a partying back here right now. That's DJ Ready Rob, by the way, on the ones and twos, partying in the back, having a good old time on Waffle Power 96.5. You see it right here. So yeah, wow, like wow. That would make you question yourself. Yes, I do think he should be MVP. I do. I think that if he gets over 2,000 yards, I know that they missed on Derrick Henry because Aaron Rodgers 48 touchdowns at 37, and the record and the numbers that he had, they gave it to Aaron Rodgers. I got it. But if you miss on another 2,000-yard runner in Jonathan Taylor with the season that's been this year, and honestly, I think that 0 game might have brought Brady's stock down a little bit when it comes to MVP. You guys might have did Jonathan Taylor a favor, actually, Dalton, by Krispy Kreme Brady like y'all did. That might come back to haunt him later on. And I know this ain't college football where if you lose by, a certain amount or whatever, you end up losing steam. But let's be clear, Jonathan Taylor has been on a high road for a while now as a running back. And running backs usually don't get the same attention as quarterbacks. I think this one needs to go to a running back. I think you set the precedence and you let folks know that the running back position is still needed, and Jonathan Taylor exudes greatness at that position. So, with that being said, great game.
A question about Jonathan Taylor. Does he have a chance to get a 2,000 yards?
He does. He does have a chance, actually. Let me look up his stats real quick. I think he's got like 1,600. Yeah. Okay. So right now, before the game against the Patriots, he had 15-18. He put up 170 yards. So that means Jonathan Taylor now has 1,688 yards and 18 rushing touchdowns. 18. We was excited for Aaron Jones when he had 18. You remember?
Yes, I remember.
This guy's got 18, and there's still 4 games left. To me, you got to hand it over.
And I know what John Taylor's going to do. I think he has a good chance breaking LaDainian Tomlinson's record. Didn't he have like 21 rushing touchdowns back in 2006?
Yes. That's the record I'm looking at, too. And I'm glad that you brought that up before I did. LaDainian Tomlinson had 20. No, I think LaDainian had 28.
Oh, he did? I thought he had 21 that time.
Nah, LaDainian had 28. I'm almost 100% sure on that. Almost. I don't want to say I am because there's always room for that little mishap or so. But I want to say it was 28. For those who's tuned in, put it in the comment section if you know. Was it 28 that he had or what? I want to say it was. Nevertheless, 1,688 yards with 4 games left. Eric Dickerson is 2108. What is it? Oh no, 2105. His is 2105. So 1688. What's that? Just subtract 2105 from 1688. That's 417 yards in the last. Is it 3 or 4 games? Oh, in the last 3 games. Jonathan Taylor would have to average 140 yards per game to beat the record. You don't think that could happen against these 3 teams?
Let's see who they got. I know they got the Cardinals, if I'm not mistaken.
Their last 3 games of the season, again, is against the Falcons, the Panthers.
Wait, that's the Saints, though. I thought you were talking about Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the Saints. You're right. My fault. Good catch. You catching me right there. You caught me. Got me. All right. Little research going on right now, y'all. If y'all tuned in, we are researching the coach schedule. What is the coach schedule for the last 3 weeks? Let's see here. I think I got it. I think I got it. Yeah. So the last 3 is against Arizona. You're right. At Arizona, Vegas, and Jacksonville. Whoa. Now, here's my question. Does Jacksonville play spoiler and get really, really aggressive with 10 in the box that game? We watched Jacksonville beat Buffalo. Do they get aggressive for that game and say, you ain't getting the record on us, and put 10 in the box? I mean, do all the teams do that for the rest of the year? I mean, he's got a game on Christmas in Arizona. And I'm wondering what the environment is going to be in that one. Okay, I'm just wondering. Do they stack 10 in the box for the rest of the year?
Well, and it's going to pay me to say this, though. I don't see Jaguars being aggressive. I look at stats, their defense, they're at rank 18 for 19 if I'm looked at it, though. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, I think they got it. I hate to say it, though. The Raiders, I can't trust the Raiders. I think Jonathan Taylor's going to have a good game. The Cardinals, okay, I want to talk about the Cardinals. So they've been embarrassed last week against the Lions. You don't know. I think it's going to be. You got Jonathan Taylor, though, and I agree with Josh Bailey. Like, depends on how much you get against Arizona. I do agree with Josh on that one.
It does.
The only thing I could trust with Jonathan Taylor was against the Raiders and Ada. I'm sorry to say this, but I think he has against the Jaguars. So it's.
Could the record be broken in Jacksonville? Is the question. That's an interesting question. All right. Now,
and also,
with that being,
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, anyway, before the season started, I had Kyler Murray win MVP, and now he's not acting like MVP. He missed some games, so he's not acting like one.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm just, this could be one of those moments. This could be one of those real moments where we get to see a running back actually break a record. That hasn't happened in a long time. It would be nice to see. Maybe Eric Dickerson will be in Jacksonville watching.
I was gonna say something, but I better not say it.
No, go ahead and say it. No, this the place. Monday Night Madness, the place to say it.
And Josh, I know you're watching too. Like, if the kicker didn't make the field goal, then Adrian Peterson would have got it, though. I mean, he almost broke Eric Dickerson's record.
Interesting enough, Dalton Smith dropping jewels on the low. Dropping jewels. All right. Moving on, we got to move on to some of these other games. I mean, obviously, Buffalo beat Carolina 31-14. I will talk about that later on. I'm not going to get into the Bills right now at all.
I'll make sure to call that to discuss that.
Oh, that was you calling. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
No. I was
sorry.
gonna say, like in the later show, I will discuss with that too. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, not you, Dalton. I'm sorry. We had the call line going in too. I did not notice that my call line was going. I seen the number. I'm like, wait a minute, whose number is this? My fault.
That's about me though. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's the business side of me. Like, whose number was that? All right, go ahead and call again, caller. Call again one more time for us. All right. Now, Carlos, what's up? Okay, I got it now. I got you. I got him. Got him. All right, we got a caller on the line. Let's get the caller in. Caller, what's up?
What's up, man?
What's good, man? What's up?
I wanted to talk about Tom Brady.
Oh boy, here we go. All right, go ahead.
Because people all my life, people have been telling me Tom Brady make wide receivers better. What happened?
Whoa. Wow. Are you dropping jewels right now, caller? Are you saying that Tom Brady? Are you saying Tom Brady didn't make anybody better last night?
Yes, people begging Tom Brady.
Okay.
Like you said, let's keep this a buck.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tom Brady, well, I seen last night, he's not that good no more. Or what he ever did, let's be honest.
Not to say that you wilding out. Not to say that you wilding out, but a little shaky. Tom Brady not that good anymore. I mean, he's legitimately been the MVP
Brady, by the way.
No. Tom Brady played in the AFC for a long time. Yes or no?
I'm sorry. Repeat that part again.
Where Tom Brady came from before he went to Tampa Bay?
Oh, New England.
Okay, so it was, excuse my French, but it wasn't nobody over there asked to beat Tom Brady. You know where I'm going, Andre?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I've been saying for 20-something years, Tom Brady is an assistant quarterback. If he don't get his way, he's out like he did on the sideline last night.
Yeah, he threw a tablet and got him pissed off with that interception.
Yeah, he did.
Can you have me here on the show, Andre?
He did. He definitely did. Let me say this real quick. Caller, I'm about to get ready for another show coming up on the radio. So next one, because this is like 5 minutes left. But while you here, I need you to talk about your team. Who's your
my team lost?
What happened?
What happened? Our new head coach, he wanted to be the head coach and the OC. You can't be both of them.
Right.
And I got a question for the caller, and this is as an NFL fan, and I just want to ask for opinion. Do you think Matt Ryan is done?
Man, why you been done? Now, I got a call up for the Saints fan.
Okay, I
like
got my answer.
That gave y'all.
Ooh.
Oh, geez, talking about the past. Why don't you go buy a time machine since you love talking about the old stuff? I'm talking about the future.
Let's talk about your new quarterback, Taysom Hill.
Oh, I don't care about Taysom Hill. He is overrated, if you ask me.
No, I'm not talking about your new quarterback.
Hey, he plays for the quarterback, though. He ain't my quarterback, so I really don't care.
And you gonna say for him 1 week, then a Buffalo fan next week?
Oh,
Hey, man, I'm just telling the truth, so it is what it is.
Which one you want to be this week?
Yeah.
Or do you want to be a Patriots fan?
Hey, I'm not a Patriots fan, thank you very much.
Anyway,
we sound like some static going on around here. Some
Hey,
static.
that's what it is, though. People love talking about the past. If they like talking past, they should get Time Machine. Like,
every other week, hit a new team.
You guys are hilarious right now. He said, which one is it going to be this week? The Saints or the Bills? Home. Is it going to be the Pats? Home.
By the way, the Saints, they may not go to Super Bowl, but it is what it is.
What you say, caller? You said he doing the Cupid shuffle with the teams?
Every week, he got a new team.
Oh, he run. Yo, he said if you want to talk about the past, get a time machine. Yo, y'all funny. Y'all are hilarious. Yeah, it's funny. I tell you. All right. If you just tuned in, this is Monday Night Madness. I decided to bring it back this week. I'm in the booth right now. I got the caller on the line. I got D-Man Smith on the line. That's Falcons and Saints going at it right now. Falcons and Saints fans going at it. Man, 10 o'clock. Make sure y'all tune in, too, to this.
Don't say you're going to add it because you got to win against us, and he has not done that.
Oh, he says I'm not even a factor. He said you can't say going at it because I ain't did nothing. See? Wow. All right. With that being said, got to move on a little bit real quick.
Yeah, we got to move on quickly.
Yeah, we got a few minutes. Obviously, Cincinnati held on against Denver 15-13. The Pittsburgh Steelers 13-19 over the Titans. I'm glad to see the fight.
I want to address this, though. The Titans, stop doing that. Like, every time either it's the players or teams, you're dancing like a logo. It's going to be a karma for y'all. Just stop it, okay? It's getting out of hand.
I don't know why they was doing that. That's just pitiful. They didn't learn from the Steelers last year doing that.
They did the Ravens logo. Let's not forget about that either.
I wonder if the Titan fans around here, around the world, how you like Julio Jones?
Oh my goodness, Ron, you are hilarious. Hilarious
I
for
knew
that.
he was gonna ask that question though.
Yo, I seen it coming. I seen it. It was telepathic. I seen it. You could see that thing coming. I knew he was going to ask that question. I saw it. But I'm going to ask this. What happened to... Oh, you know what? Never mind.
Oh, by the way, about the Titans, they did the Ravens going to playoffs last year. Let's not forget about that. That's the second time they did that.
Yeah, I don't know why they doing that. Like, I don't know why teams or people want to do that. It's instant, like divine intervention when you do that. It's been proven multiple times. Every time somebody do that, divine intervention strikes. All right. So you had that. Oh, speaking of divine intervention, the Lions added Kyler Murray to the list of quarterbacks that couldn't beat them this year. The Lions, 30-12 over the Arizona Cardinals, and Kyler was playing beat down. I told you. I think it's a doomed situation that D-Hop got hurt. Doomed. They doomed. I'm telling you, that is a bad break for the Arizona Cardinals, who could be a one-and-done team. If they can't get that offense together, they might be one and done. Houston, 30-16 over Jacksonville.
It never fails. It never fails.
Never fails. Cowboys, 21-6 over the Giants, over the Little Giants. Shout out to Ricky Williams. The Ricky Williams Little Giants. 21-6. Yeah. We got the Cincinnati Bengals 15-10 over the Broncos. San Francisco. Oh, yeah. 31-13 over the Falcons. I definitely was shocked about that one. I thought Atlanta would play a better game. This is the game that need to be talked about right here a little bit. Green Bay and Baltimore. What a slugfest we watched. We watched a slugfest on Sunday. But I will say, Jim Harbaugh, you idiot. Why didn't you just kick the extra point, you big dork? Like,
That's John Harbaugh, by the way. Jim Harbaugh's in Michigan. That's John, by the way.
United States.
Always, some coaches, they're not very smart.
yeah, I had Green Bay winning, but Huntley played amazing. Yo, he
I didn't
definitely
expect that. So I
balled.
thought it was going to be a blowout.
Wow, he balled out. There's definitely a future for that young man somewhere. Some team is going to be like, hey, we saw that and wanna, invest in that because he played a hell of a game. I'm mad at Jim Harbaugh. Now, yes, I am a Packers fanatic.
Yeah, John
Yes, I
Harbaugh, he
love
should
when
not
the
go
Packers
for it.
win. Yes, the Packers did win the division again because of that stupid bonehead move that John. The biggest thing that I took from that game was the fact that I felt sad for that young man who balled out and then you lose like that at the end because Jim Harbaugh trying to be greedy. Which he should be very lucky that the Cleveland Browns lost today, 16-14 to the Raiders, because Cleveland was about to be in the number one spot had they beat the Raiders, which Cleveland just proved to me that they're pretenders and that they can't get the job done. Baker, the touchdown faker.
Johnny Manziel sober.
I'm going to say this. If Baker cannot take the Browns to the playoffs or to the second round in the playoffs, the Browns don't need to pay him this year if he can do that.
You know what's funny? He didn't even play today. Nick Mullins played.
It was Nick Mullins.
I forgot that Nick Mullins went 20 for 30 today, 147 yards. But still, you know why I'm saying Baker? Because Baker, you still got this team in this position. With your
sober
booty, with your booty quarterback skills having self. I gotta put it out.
I do got a question for you, Dre and Josh. I hope you're watching. Why didn't you get John Harbaugh's jersey? He's the one who helped the Packers win an NFC North, though. You should have got his jersey.
Yeah, it went real silent real quick because wow. Okay. Wow. Dalton Smith, stop acting up. Okay. With that being said, we got to get into our sports, our NFL scores tomorrow. You got two games tomorrow, Philly and Washington, and you got Seattle and the Rams coming up. To give a recap, yeah, I know. Whew, Lord Jesus. We know the Rams gonna win, and I got a feeling that the Washington football team might win too. But I'm going to save that for another. I'll save that for another podcast coming up another time. But real quick, in the world of sports right now, before we go, because it's 9:35.
Wow.
Yeah, already. Tulsa 30-17 over Old Dominion in college football action. In the NBA right now, Boston and the 76ers going at it. It's a slugfest. Fourth quarter, 84-82 right now. 7:20 left, Boston up by a bucket. The Chicago Bulls, the surprise team of the year so far in the NBA. DeMar DeRozan, what a hell of a pickup by the Chicago Bulls. They are up 19 on the Houston Rockets, who seem to have a problem in Houston. The Memphis Grizzlies right now down by 9 to the OKC Thunder in the third quarter. The Utah Jazz making Charlotte take note early, as in the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, it's 35-16. They're up 19 in the first quarter. Like I said, making that team take note. The Warriors play the Sacramento Kings later on tonight. The Warriors 24-6. Do you smell? Come back. The Warriors are back.
Yeah, welcome back, Warriors.
I was up for the game on TV.
Whose game?
The Warriors and the King.
Huh?
Oh, my bad. Like the kid on the inside, the Queen.
Right. You got the Clippers in San Antonio tonight at 10:30 as well. I'll talk more about the Warriors coming up in a couple podcasts coming up, because I am super excited about the Golden State Warriors. And they haven't got Klay Thompson back, have they?
Nope.
Klay ain't even back yet, which at some point Klay Thompson will come back. By the way, at some point he comes back. Let me look at this roster. Yeah, Klay Thompson is out again. Jordan Poole is out. Andrew Wiggins is out for this game coming up. All right, they got some outs coming up, but Stephen Curry still averaging 27 points a game. All right, doing what he do. Draymond Green still averaging a triple single. Yeah, I'm excited for the Warriors though. I'm definitely excited for them. I'm glad that they came back. They're 14-2 at home, by the way, this NBA season. So the Sacramento Queens, as the caller called it, Sacramento Queens, aka Sacramento Kings, they got an uphill battle coming up. The Golden State Warriors are number 1 in assists, number 3 in rebounds, and number 5 in points. Spells success. Spells success. Now, they did get beat the other night as Fred VanVleet put 27 on them. But the Warriors were shorthanded in that game when they lost 119-100. But nevertheless, I'm still excited. Still excited for them. And, oh, yeah, speaking of Klay Thompson, there is some sports gossip, news reports, a.k.a. Rumors that he will be back January 9th for the Cavaliers game on his home court. January 9th. So there is rumors right now. January 9th may be the day that Klay Thompson comes back. And then if he doesn't come back, then they're possibly thinking of January 18th against the Pistons. All right. Now, I want to thank everybody who tuned in to Monday Night Madness. Get ready, because we're about to go on the air, Power 96.5, the Power Station, Wuffo Mix 1080 for Wuffo Late Night Sports. All right. Tune in. It's going to be fun. I want to thank everybody for watching Monday Night Madness. My guy, Dalton D-Man Smith, was in the building, the most consistent one, giving you a synopsis on everything going on. I want to thank the caller from Atlanta, obviously, Ron. This guy's calling, giving Dalton a little hell on his team. These two going back and forth, but it's good to see, man. I ain't seen that in a minute. Nevertheless, tune in. All right, we will see you shortly. D-Man, thank you. Ron, thank you. Caller, thank you. Appreciate you. We'll see you soon.